Hi there everyone, thanks to my new subscribers and to my old subscribers. Today I'm going to do how does he or she feel about you? Pick a card. You choose a number 1 or 2 and the timestamps are in the description box. How does he or she feel about my channel viewer? How does he or she feel about my channel viewer? Just been asked to stop. Oh, it looks ferocious. See those? So I have the 8 of water, which is the 8 of cups, the King of water, which is the King of cups, the 4 of water in reverse, which is the 4 of cups in reverse, the masculine feminine in reverse, which is a fire energy, I have the 10 of fire in reverse, which is the 10 of wands in reverse, and I have the Queen of air upright, which is the Queen of swords upright. I'm just trying to give you an impression of the cards that are here, but obviously they are slightly different meanings in this deck. So I really get the impression that there's some witchery in this dynamic. It's a very emotional dynamic at the moment. He's feeling emotional right now, but I feel those energies are cooling quite a bit. Like his energies rise and fall. They rise and fall, but he's feeling emotional. He's a very controlling force in this deck. I feel his intention is to offer you love, is to offer you an emotional relationship. And I feel he's frustrated in this deck, very frustrated, because he or she can't get to you. Actually, there's a differentiation between the he's and the she's, so I'd best explain it. The male dynamic in this deck is very emotional. The female dynamic in this deck is unemotional. But she's trying to tap into those emotions. So just so you know, there's a difference in the two elements in this deck and the two genders, because we are asking about he or she, and I don't want them confused. So if you're after a male energy, the male energy is getting emotional, he's getting frustrated. Because his love feelings are very strong for you. I feel that at some point he didn't make moves on an emotional level. He didn't accept the offer of love, and now he's in a state of frustration about it, because those energies, those emotional feelings have grown substantially. So he's really quite frustrated, to the point where he's just thrown everything in his life to focus on his emotions and his feelings for you. If you're asking about a female dynamic, she doesn't want to make it any harder for herself than it already is. She feels she's dealt with the emotions of this connection. And I feel that if you're asking about a female, she can be supremely logical and sometimes cold. And I feel you're a little bit in luck, because when she's busy, which it shows she has been, she puts those emotions aside. And what it's saying to me very clearly is that into the future she will be more open to accepting a love offer from you if you still want to take that path, because things in her life are easing up. And I feel when she's really, really busy, she closes down other areas of her life. That's what it shows clearly in this deck. But also with the male dynamic, there's been a woman in his past who was very controlling, and we've seen this several times across several readings. They were complete opposites in character. And I feel that he has just managed to get a handle on her, because she's very much in his past. And there's a separation now between them. Because I feel whatever power she had over him has been diminished. I feel the female dynamic in this deck is very wise, very pure-hearted, very devoted, emotional. But you have to watch that side that closes off emotional opportunities, because it shows that she does have emotions for you. She's just very pragmatic about them. It's like she says to herself, I'm busy, too busy, can't focus. Or she thinks to herself, oh, this person had their opportunity, okay, I do feel something for them, I must move on with life because I'm busy, I'm distracted, I've got things to do. She's coming out of that energy. So it really says very clearly in these cards that you have to take an opportunity when it presents itself in relation to the female energy, because she's on a cycle of that behavior. And if you don't catch her when she's feeling a little bit open-hearted, then you'll miss your opportunity again for a while, because it's like she opens her heart, she gets busy, she closes her heart. So it's like a gateway, and you have to take advantage of that gateway if you're the person after the female energy. Otherwise there's not going to be any progress, because she will close down again. Whereas with the male energy, you really have an opportunity here, because the male energy is opening his heart, he's opening his mind, he's putting aside all the difficulties from his past, he's acknowledging your connection, He's dulled his aggression. He has a handle now on whatever substance abuse issues, socialization issues, whatever they were, whatever prevented you from being together in the past, whether it was a partner, whether it was a personal issue, whether it was an external issue. He's getting control of those issues, and he's not making it any harder than it needs to be in terms of his emotions. He's really putting a focus on them, and he's going to accept the opportunity of love from you if you're willing to take it. Because it says very clearly in these cards that you can be one tough broad. But you're easing that characteristic in yourself. That characteristic in yourself is paving the way to a better outcome with this person. And it's the same across the energies, but there's a differentiation in how each energy is going to treat the situation, which is why I have to read it differently. So I feel that if you're the female energy who is after a male energy in this dynamic, it shows that you are at a point of decision making in this dynamic. So he has to be very careful about how he approaches you, because I feel that you are looking at all your emotional relationships in a very logical manner, and it kind of sits on a boundary of decision making. And I feel that you can cut this person off very easily if you don't think that taking them on the journey with you is in your best interest, even if they show you a great amount of romance and interest. So this deck is all about self-preservation, if you're male or if you're female. Because I feel that even if you're a male dynamic watching this, or a male energy watching this, you're still taking a tough stand despite your emotions overflowing. You've still taken some kind of decision about how you're going to approach this relationship. But I can confirm with you that it is no longer a third-party situation, because he's being very firm about leaving all the garbage in the past. He's still working through that garbage, but it's getting easier. And you've well and truly moved forward in life. You won't look back. And not only will you not look back at the situations that have caused you difficulty, but you won't look back at him either. And if this is a female dynamic, it's the same thing. You won't look back. If you're a male, you won't look back at her. If you're a female, you won't look back at her. If you're a male, you won't look back at him. The decision on your emotional affairs is the same across the board. There's just a differentiation in the gender energies about how they're feeling. So it's kind of a very tender time. Very tender, very tenuous, trepidatious. Because Everything is dependent on an action and a reaction and an attitude and a changing of an attitude. So you have to be careful to consider very carefully if you're a male or a female dynamic. You have to think carefully over what it is you really want. Because from here on in, you're just taking the new beginning. Whether that means you have to start again, or whether that means you have to return to an old love. You're clearing the energies in all aspects of your life. So now's the time to think about whether you want this person in your life, because it shows very clearly that they have every intention of making it right with you. Okay, so that was deck 1. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service and my Fiverr account has a few more options for readings if you'd like to take a look. This is deck 2. How does he or she feel about you? How does he or she feel about you? How does he or she feel about my channel viewer? I'm sure my cards know what I'm talking about. How does he or she feel about my channel viewer? They're pretty cluey. Spirit knows what I'm talking about. Oh, that card came out again. Thought it was going to be all the same cards there for a moment. Okay, so I get the impression from these cards that you are lovers in separation. Yeah, you can see those. Because in the past, you both considered moving away from each other on an emotional level, because neither of you took the opportunity to move your emotional relationship forward. That's what it says very clearly to me in this deck. So it's kind of destabilized you both, because you're like, oh gosh, I missed an opportunity. I really like this person. What the hell? So I think it's been tough from the point of view that you are dealing with emotions independently of one another, and you have mutual emotions, and it would be very difficult for you to work through a time like that, or to recognize that you potentially let go of a soulmate. So what it's telling me very clearly in this deck is that into the future, you're feeling a little bit off balance. You're both feeling off balance because of the separation between you, basically. I feel that this person that you're asking about is a big love, possibly a stable partner into the future, possibly a soul partner. But I mean that on more of a physical level. Like, you know, you can have an emotional relationship and it can be with somebody you consider your soulmate or your twin flame, but you aren't necessarily going to be in union in a physical sense. And what I'm saying is, this is a person that you are meant to be in union with in a physical sense, and you're feeling the separation right now. So it would be very difficult. And it's saying that into the future, you both lose your balance because you know it's something special. I feel this person separated from a person when they were younger who was very special to them. Because they were greedy with their emotions. And it's something they keep with them, and it's something they regret. Because it was a very pure-hearted relationship. And when this person thinks of you, they relate it to the person that they love very much from their youth. So it's quite a sentimental type feeling that they have for you. Very sentimental. I feel that this person is very studious, but they're finding it very hard to concentrate right now. Because they miss the opportunity with you. So they're kind of, right now they're feeling very hurt actually, but it's kind of a suspended hurt. It's not like you've done anything, because that's not what the cards are saying. You haven't done anything to this person. It's just that they've missed an opportunity, and they're very, very regretful, and they don't want their heart to break. And that's why they're losing their concentration. Because it is something significant, and this person knows it's something significant. So of course, what do you do if you miss the opportunity with the person who potentially could be your best spiritual partner on a physical plane? You become very disturbed in your psychology, like it's messing them up in the mind. You know, it's like they read a little bit of a paragraph and then they're annoyed, they get frustrated for missing the opportunity. Then they become emotional, a little bit emotional, and then they restabilize. And then it causes, if there's a woman in the mix or a man or another man, it causes destabilization in that relationship. Is if there's a friend, if there's somebody close to them, they're really in and out of that friendship or that close arrangement, whatever it may be, because I can see there's a woman there. But it's not someone they're with. It might be an interest, a dating interest or something, or a love interest, but it's like they can't stabilize it because they know that you're the one for them. So into the future, I feel if this is a third party situation, which it shows it possibly has been, presently, your person is getting out of that situation, and into the future, they're going to break up with that third party person in entirety. So they will no longer be an influence in this dynamic. They will feel better about themselves in doing that, because I really feel that this person feels that if they can't have you on a physical plane, they will be faithful to you on a physical plane. So it really shows me clearly in this dynamic that they want to stabilize this love relationship with you. They want to start afresh with you. They want to get their abundance back, and they feel that you are their abundance. And the only way they can gain their concentration back is by getting the lady or man back who is the light in their world. So, and that's you. I feel that this situation could even affect their work in the future, because they're very emotional. They're not focused enough. And I feel that this person just wants their feeling of stabilization back. So if you hear of them moving on from their careers or doing something else or going traveling or whatever, I feel that they've decided to take some time out so that they can stabilize their emotions and they can work on your relationship. That's what it says very clearly. Because I really feel that they have to re-engage with you to restore the love, because you're very much lovers in separation at the moment. Your soul lovers in separation. But it's a little more serious than that. It's like your ideal partner on the physical plane, quite potentially. And of course, things happen in life and you don't necessarily get your ideal partner. But it says in these cards that you have met them in this person. And I feel that this person's going to re-establish something which is grounded, because I feel that before it's been very airy-fairy. You know, it's hasn't been stabilized enough. It hasn't been concrete enough. It's just been a thought or an emotion, but not an action or a practical outlook on your love affair. You know, like it shows here he's going to ground his emotions, his or her emotions, but they're going to take some time about it. I feel that will be the case because of this situation where they're feeling unsettled and something's going to happen in their job or career or their status, and there has been a third party in the situation and they have to break that third party situation up. But not only that, they have to restabilize, it says. So that's why the energies are slow, because there's been a swirl of emotions and a swirl of energies which haven't been very grounded in this situation, and they have to stabilize. So I feel that you're asking how he or she feels about you. Well, I feel that there is a strong mutual connection between you and that it has potential into the future. But at the moment, it's a little bit hard to ground because your love is in separation. Okay, so that was deck 2. If this reading resonated, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If you would like a personal reading, my details are in the description box below with a link to my website and to my Fiverr account. My website is a PayPal service, so you can send me the funds with a message, or you can send me an email inquiry. The other account I have is a service facility, and you need your Google details to log into that. See you next time.